What's up, everybody? Today I have a new build for you. Today we're talking about Devour Warlock. So that's going to be our bottom tree Voidwalker, and let's just get into this. So what you're going to need for this, most of all, is the new, returning Warlock exotic from Destiny 1, Nothing Manacles. What it does is it gives you a second scatter grenade charge. That's the only part of that perk that we care about. It also adds tracking to your scatter grenades, but the tracking is minimal and kind of buggy at times, I think. But we don't really need that. We just need Devour to work, and having 2 grenades, it makes it a whole lot better. But the weird thing about this build is I'm running double special with an LMG in my heavy slot to work as my ad clear. I personally really like corrective measure for multiple reasons. It has Firefly on it and rewind rounds. You could also run a Demolitionist one, but Devour has built-in Demolitionist in it, except throwing grenades doesn't reload your weapon, which would really help. So there's still a case for Demolitionist with this build, especially with the sheer amount of grenades that you do get. Basically, you'll always have Devour up, which means you'll always be full health, and a heavy as ad clear is really solid. Now, if you're saying that you don't get enough special or heavy to maintain this, that's what ammo finders are for. So I use a fusion rifle and Izignami's Burden. So Cartesian coordinate, really good fusion rifle. So I grabbed the Seasons mod of linear fusion rifle scavenger double. You know that thing? Grabbed that. And then I grabbed a machine gun scavenger. And then for my helmet, fusion rifle finder and machine gun ammo finder. Now, instead of Izignami's Burden, which is what I chose to do, like burst damage to bosses, you could do something like Arbalest, especially later when Arbalest is getting anti-barrier. It would make this build just more viable in harder content than it is now. This build's just really fun to use. But having that would improve it because you'd be able to pop anti-barriers and deal with all shield types during match game situations. Other things about this build, other than Nothing Manacles and double special, is the mods. Charge with Light mods make this a whole lot better. You could run things like Charge Harvester, which is always a great way to get charge. There's Heavy-handed, which you will need to slot in another arc mod with it to get the full benefit. And basically what will happen is if you're surrounded and get a kill with a fusion rifle or multi-kills with fusion rifles, it returns ammo to you. Using that with Cartesian is really nice. And there's other mods like Quick Charge. Just charge with light whenever you get multi-kills with fusion rifles. Extra reserves would be a great one to use with this. It gives you more special ammo when charged with light. There's a bunch of different charge with light mods that would help you here. High energy fire is another great one. Protective light is always solid. Some other mods I would highly suggest for this are things like machine gun reserves, particle deconstructor to make your fusion rifle better at taking out champions, majors, bosses, anything like that. And then on your arms, if you have availability for them, you could run champion mods, but when Arbalest gets anti-barrier, that'll take up a slot for you. And then you could run the unstoppable fusion for Cartesian coordinate to have unstoppable. So if it's a Cabal or Hive that you're fighting, you can take out champions easier. That's just a thought. But there's a lot of things you can do this build. It's not very solidified as you need these things to work in conjunction. Basically, Nothing Manacles give you grenades faster. Basically, it's built-in demo, but better. And then you can use an LMG as basically a heavy auto rifle. You almost always have ammo in it if you have a finder and scavengers and reserves. So you're solid there. It's just way better than you'd think initially, because a lot of people think, oh, I have to run one primary, one special, one heavy, but in reality, that you could run 2 specials pretty easily. There are mods to help you out. Now, in the beginning of activities, it might be a little rougher, but once you get going, it does get easier. Of course, if your team, or if you do have a team with you, it can also be easier if they run something like the Aeon gauntlets, because they can spawn in heavy by executing champions and things like that. Or heavy finishers, special finishers. All those finishers that grant ammo could be helpful here. But that's just kind of this build. It's pretty simple, more for general play than for nightfalls or anything like that. It's really fun. Maybe try it out and test out different things in it. See what you can do with it in higher end content. Just have fun with it. Nothing manacles on Devour are great, and an LMG to pair with it for ad clear is pretty solid. So, anyways, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching.